What's going on, guys? Today, you saw by the title, I have an interview. Jake from GetHypeCards, the most recent winner of the Fortnite trading card draft, and he has a really good collection. He's also the one who sold me my Moisty Merman USA print crystal shard, and he has a great collection himself. So it'd be great to have him on. But real quick, there's been some big sales in Fortnite cards recently, so I wanted to do a little recap of those. And I did buy my 15th USA print crystal shard on Saturday. I won it at auction, and I'm very happy about that. And if you saw by my Instagram story, it was the Ragnarok SGC4 USA print crystal shard. And Ragnarok is not personally, like, he's not a card I was particularly after, but now that I'm able to acquire one, I'm very happy to. After tax and shipping, it was like right around 175 even, so I was very happy to get it for. I mean, a Ragnarok crystal shard for 175, in my opinion, is very cheap. I mean, Ragnarok is a OG tier 100 skin. He was like co-tier 100 with Drift in season 5, and kind of had his own POI. And now he just recently came back with the reskin with Omega, so with the Omega Rock. And then speaking of Omega, the crystal shard auction SGC 10. I had a max bid on there. I lost it by less than $100 is what I'll say. So I was disappointed about that, but it really wasn't a big deal. It sold for 1,044, and then the next day I just bought the Ragnarok to kind of make up for losing the Omega, but that wasn't really a big deal because I know I'll eventually get an Omega or a Carbide. I just want to make sure I have one of those locked away for the future. And the other sale was the Renegade Raider became a Pop 2 PSA 10 for Reloaded, and it's sold on Golden for $4,500. Buy it now. That's another great sale. You just gotta wonder who bought that. We don't know who graded it either. At least I don't, unless there's something new in the Facebook group I'm not aware of. And shout out to you, Kari, for giving me that information today. So, without further ado, I'm gonna bring on Jake from GetHypeCards right now.
Hey Richard, how you doing?
Great, man. How's it going?
Good, good. It's good.
Yeah.
Good evening over here.
Yeah, so it's great to have you on, and I usually just start these out with how you started collecting Fortnite cards.
Sure, sure. Yeah, so Fortnite is interesting. I've actually been a collector for most of my life with different cards and different things, and then that started out just along the lines of when I was a kid growing up with sports cards and Marvel cards when I was trading those around in when I was in kindergarten through like second grade, which was really fun. And then just over time, ended up collecting more cards on the sports side of things, and then got back into Marvel. And then in 2020, I came into a point where I was like I wanted to change up a few things I was buying. I didn't find anything at Target when I was there, and I just saw these boxes that looked unique to me. I saw Fortnite, and it was Series 2 mega boxes that I saw there, and I saw 6 of them. And I said, why don't I grab 2 of these? And then I grabbed a couple blasters of the Series 2 and brought those home. And I decided to open them up, and it was interesting because the type of person that once I see something that I enjoy and I like, I start digging into it, and that's when I found some other folks that were collecting Fortnite cards, and um, next thing you know, I found another target. I wish I would have grabbed all the 6 megas that were sitting there, but I found another target. I grabbed 6, and kind of the rest was history from there because it was where I got really interested, was along those lines, and then connecting. There was a Facebook group that I jumped into that I really just started learning about the cards and realizing there was a lot of nuances to the different series 1, series 2, and I thought I'd never own any series 1 from the conversations I was having, and but I did come into contact with some series 1, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I feel like we've all felt that at some point. I know I felt that for sure when I came in, coming in during Series 3. You just think, I'm never going to be able to get anything from Series 1. And, eventually you do, which is always great. And so for you, what's your favorite set coming in from Series 2?
Yeah, so from with series 2, for me, what stuck out to me was I didn't know the difference between a holofoil and an optichrome at first. So I remember I listed my first card uh, on eBay, and I think it was like a holofoil something. And I had somebody reach out to me really nicely and said, "Hey, this isn't an optichrome," because I put optichrome in the title,
Yeah.
and that was when I realized I'm like, I want to go see what these optichrome things are. And then I think I had pulled one finally, and I was like, "Oh, these things are awesome." So, of course, I love the cracked ice. That was there. That was what initially led me in because I saw those in the megas. But once I saw Optichrome, I realized it was just something that really stuck out to me, and was something I wanted to go chase. I knew it was more in my budget at that time too. So.
Yeah, and you're going for the set for Series 2 Optichromes, right? USA print?
Yeah, I'm going for the set series 2. And I realize I'm already probably almost on 2 years of going at this thing, but it's there's probably every card I could maybe go find the rest that I have on eBay right now.
Hmm.
Maybe, I don't know. I haven't really done that digging, but yep, I'm going for the Series 1 or Series 2 Optichrome USA set.
Do you know the exact number on how far you are off right now?
Yeah, I just hit the 150 out of 200
Oh,
mark.
wow. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, I hit it this
Yeah,
week. I added a manic optichrome, which
that's
was
one of the
pretty.
big ones.
I know.
Yeah.
I didn't when I was early on collecting the optichromes. I was like, I got to get the legendaries. I got to get those out of the way. And then I started realizing the skins that I didn't really know as much because I wasn't as big. I was more of a casual gamer, I think, on the game. So realizing manic, yeah, it's pretty big.
Yeah, so did you, like, play Fortnite before you started with the cards, or was it, like, an after you start found the cards?
So I had never, I don't think I had ever played Fortnite until after the cards. So the
Okay.
cards got me interested in the game, and I'm a from a game side of things, I'm a Rocket League, Fortnite guy. I play more with my dad and brother. We do that just out of fun. It's our way to connect up, and so I play Fortnite with my dad, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty funny, actually. But so when you got in during Series 3, what made you kind of direct your focus, like, not direct your full focus, but wanna go after some Series 1?
Yeah, so it is the Facebook group. So when I was in the group, I started just seeing some of these cards getting posted, which were unreal, and started just noticing some different things that were standing out to me about really I think some of it's just the colors, the aesthetics of some cards that were really interesting to me, and I just wanted to find a way to get some Series One. And I guess the way I am, I study and I hustle at heart, I guess, in terms of how I find things. And I was just searching out lots and trying to find ways to get maybe some holofoils, some crystal shards, and I came across a couple lots and one in particular that got me really into some Series One, which was pretty cool, and let me get really my first crystal shards and first holofoils as well.
Okay, so if you don't mind me asking, what were your first crystal shards?
Yeah, so I have most of them still. There's two of them I sold, or no, three. There's three of them that I had either traded or sold to some other collectors, and the first ones. Uh, well, you have one of them. You
The
have my
Moisty?
moisty merman.
You want me to pull it out real quick?
Yeah, yeah, which is awesome.
Yeah,
Like,
so
it gets me jacked up when I see you post about it.
I'll find it in the stack I got back here. Yeah, so I'll pull it out of the case. So this was one of the original ones you had?
Yeah, one of the originals that I had was a Moisty, and I found a. It was not a Fortnite collector. Maybe they were a Fortnite collector at some point on eBay. They had
Mhm.
posted up a lot, and it was kind of discreet. You could tell maybe they didn't know exactly what they had. They had posted up a binder of cards, and in that binder, you'd see all these pages of base cards, and then all of a sudden, I noticed there were some crystal shards towards, I think it was in the middle of the binder, and also a few holofoils, and Moisty was one of them. Also, Dead Fire was
That's
in
another
there.
one. Yeah,
Yeah, so this was in there.
that's a great one. What grade is that?
That's an 8, and I'm not somebody who's ever cracked and reslabbed, but I have no idea why this is an 8.
Okay.
This thing came out at the same time. It looked very similar to this one that was in there,
Okay.
which is
So
my DJ Yonder
wow.
Gem Mint 10
So you pulled a 10 on that yonder from that binder.
from that binder.
Wow.
The Dead Fire, the Moisty, a Tender Defender,
Wow.
a Mint 9. Um, there's a Bunny Moon, and I haven't graded this one yet,
Yeah.
and a Chromium
Chromium. Okay.
Mint 9.
Yeah. That's a great find you got there. I mean,
It was crazy.
so Dead Fire and Yonder are two, high end cards for sure. And
Yep.
then you find that led to me getting my Moisty, which
Yeah.
crazy
Yeah,
to think about that.
it was cool. I was not I was not I was not looking to trade any of S1 crystal shards or sell any of them. And when Kari got us connected, I knew it was time.
Yeah.
I needed to let go and get it into the collector's hands it needed to get into. And Richard, that was you.
Yeah, I appreciate that a lot, man. I mean, this is my grill card. Never letting this one go.
That's awesome. I saw that. I saw your post, I think, on Instagram about that, and that was pretty
Yeah.
cool. So,
Mhm.
yeah, very cool, very cool. So those were the first shards that I had added, and then in there, the other one that had stood out to me, which was a little damaged, was a holofoil ghoul
Yeah. That's
trooper.
nice. Yeah.
So what I had seen with when I saw ghoul in there, that was one of the cards that I kept hearing in the Facebook group. This is where I'm not knowing skins at this
Hmm.
time, right? I'm hearing about Ghoul Trooper, Skull Trooper, Black Knight. Um, for me it was Royal Knight and Blue Squire. I was hearing those, and so I was like S1 when I saw that. I'm like, I gotta do something. And then I got a binder of a bunch of base cards as well too. So I've got a Series 1 set I'm working on, and just the base, but not a little bit more casually.
Okay. So is that Gold Trooper clean?
No, it's not. So there's a ding corner, but it's still sweet card.
Yeah.
So I haven't got rid of that yet at this point. So it's hanging in my collection.
All right. So you found that binder, like you said, on eBay with the listing. You think you got a good deal there, of course.
Yep.
So is that's probably like the standout moment for you getting your crystal shards. Is there any like other moments that you remember just like adding big cards to your collection that you want to talk about?
Yeah. So yeah, that was a huge moment for me, because I think that was a turning point moment where I said I'm in this now. I'm in beyond the Series 2 that I had. Yes, there's a few other moments of I'm typically one to open and grade myself, or buy lots and want to grade myself. But I've bought a few cards that were graded already,
Okay.
and some that stood out to me. I've got a few of them right here. So this is probably my favorite crystal shard that I have. It's the Blue Squire.
Yeah.
It's an 8, and I just love it. It's blue, my favorite color. My favorite color. I just love the look of it, and that one stood out to me. I'd bought that one through somebody in the group, and I think it was someone. Why do I feel like maybe in Australia or New Zealand? But it was
Oh, I
overseas.
knew I knew who has that card actually. I knew who used to have that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's international.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So bought a lot.
That's the PSA 8.
Yeah.
Well,
PSA
yeah.
8. Yep. I
Blue
purchased.
Squire. Yeah.
Hmm. Yep. So that is. I keep thinking, like, what is one of my favorite cards, and this is one I always pull out. I'm just like, I love the look. I love how it is. It's one of those cards that stands out to me as I don't know, to me was one of the staples that I would hear about in Series 1 that I'd be like, I'd love to own one of these. Um, and then I also added this one is I added off of eBay and I got a crazy deal on this. I have no idea how that happened when I got this. And it was, I don't know, I just like the Korokoro.
Yeah,
I was, I saw the Peely all the time, but I saw the Jonesy come up, and that was one that stood out to me. And then I grabbed then the Frozen Red Knight
that's a really nice one.
Ice as well. So those are a few that I added that I bought without
Okay.
grading.
So you started playing the game after you got into the cards. So once you started playing the game, was there skins in the game that made you want to go after the cards after that?
Hmm, that is that's a good question. So I would say, so it's interesting. I don't actually. It's one of your favorites, Mancake.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
one of he's one of the first skins that I started playing with, and I own I think a laser right now. But
Okay.
I saw a lot of the Series 3 skins because I was later to the game and starting playing the game. So Raz, is it Raz or Raz?
I think
Raz
it's
or Raz?
Raz.
Raz. So it's
Yeah.
Raz. I saw him. He stood out to me a lot. So Series 3 skins. So I have some that are out for grading right now. So
Okay.
a Raz laser right now that I'm looking forward to getting back. Um, and and then I think I don't know if it was the game or if it was the talk within the community was Aura always stood out to me just with how often I saw her in the game and also how much I saw her talked about in the community as well.
Yeah, and yeah, like when you go back to Mancake, that's one of my favorite skins in game too. And I was
Yeah.
cracked SGC 95. So you got to get one
Did
of
you?
those. Yeah, I won that for it was like $20 at auction a while back.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great ad.
Mhm.
I think Mancake is one of those that I don't know. I feel like he's not talked about much, but he
No.
is one of the most memorable skins for me.
Oh, of course.
Um, Tirana actually is one I wanted to add in Series 3.
The one.
So I traded for it at the National. It cracked ice Tirana, which is pretty cool.
That's right. You were at the National.
Yeah.
That was a great experience getting to meet you.
Oh yeah, that was
Got that
fun.
picture, me holding up the moisty in the picture with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome. I think it was really cool to come in contact with some of the other collectors and just see some of their collections. It was cool.
Yeah, for sure. And I just want to talk. I mean, you said Raz, Tirana, and Mancake. Those are three that I think are really underrated right now as well.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
that.
Tirana never gets talked about.
No.
But again, it's a blue background cracked ice, which I like a lot. So that's, it just stood out to me as a skin that I played with it a lot during that season and beyond. So
So, is there a card like you're particularly chasing right now? If you want to, I know that a lot of people don't want to answer this, but
yeah.
if there's something like you got, do you have a goal in mind? Is something that you want right now?
Right now my focus is it's the Optichrome set. So I'm trying to get a Paradigm right now,
Okay.
Optichrome. So if anybody's listening and you have a Paradigm Optichrome, I have some Optichromes up for trade that I'd like to potentially trade out. I've got a Hush and some other ones that I'd love to trade for a Paradigm or figure something out. I just haven't seen it folks posting it up often. So
Yeah.
I'd love to get my hands on one. That's one of my last 50 I need to add. And so I'd say that is an absolute one that I'm looking to bring aboard. I've posted to the group a couple times, so I'm hoping at some point someone will
Yeah.
come up with it.
And for the, so I want to. You recently started your card page Instagram. Get
Yeah,
hype cards, right?
yeah, yep.
So, do you have like any like plans, big plans for what you're going to post on there? How you're going to promote your collection and your page?
Nope. I don't yet at this point. So I've been on TikTok for a little bit, and then I realized the community wasn't as large on there with the Fortnite cards. I saw most people were on Instagram. So I had started that up, started going on there. I like I'm I'm into data and things like that. So I have some things that I've put together over time. One of them, few guys I know this, that I put together some data around Series 2 cards, where I gathered, I think, 4 or 5 collectors, base polls, and we figured out how often certain cards were being pulled, and some percentages like that. So I'll probably be sharing some of that coming up
Yeah.
on my account, um, and just giving a clear picture as to, I know, I believe in the base cards in Series 2. There are short prints, and it's very clear, with regards to some of the data that I've pulled. So, but what I don't know, and I can't make clear assumptions about, is, are the parallels the same short printed as what we found with base cards? I don't know that answer, but you'll be seeing some of that data probably coming out
Oh,
on there.
that's something huge, honestly. There's short prints in the base set for Series 2.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
that could be pretty big, man. You
Yeah.
on something there.
Yeah. So I believe, and I'll always put disclaimers on there. This is based on data that I've gathered with other collectors over time. But um, you can come to your own conclusions based on the data that I've had. It's interesting that there's specifically 20 rare, I think it was 20 rares and 20 epics that have short prints for bases.
Okay.
And they come in at a much less rate than other cards. You'll notice it if you're opening the cards too. I remember seeing certain skins after opening a lot. I'd be like, I don't even feel like I've seen this skin in the set. And then I realized it wasn't coming out as often.
Yeah, and I mean that's just something interesting. And you hear Rob and Dylan on Taking High Ground talk about that, like that experience, how they pulled a lot. Dylan pulled a lot of Skull Troopers. Rob only pulled one,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. But with Series 2, the base cards aren't as rare as Series 1, and they're easier to pull. So it kind of makes sense that there possibly could be short prints.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder how that happens, and I try to, in my head, envision what these sheets were before they cut them.
Hmm.
And was there just certain cards that didn't make it onto a sheet, or I don't know. I don't know how that is, or but I'll probably be posting some of that. So I'm thinking about things like that, posting that up, um, to my Instagram. I'll probably be sharing more of my collection as I'm going with the Optichromes. I
Okay.
think that's one, I do have, I've been grading Optichromes, and then also adding to a binder. So I got to figure that out, because my binder it has certain cards that are just not filled in there because I have them in graded slabs, right?
Yeah. Hmm. I
So,
can understand it. Yeah, and that's something you have the whole thing slabbed eventually. It'd be
well,
incredible.
that's a whole nother, yeah, that's a whole nother thing. So I've thought about that too. Is, you start with, hey, let me get to the 200 number first,
Hmm.
and then gradually be adding gas slabs. And I'm gonna probably, after this latest grading I have right now, I think I have another 4 or 5 getting graded. So
Okay.
I'm already probably up to, I don't know, 15. I'll have 15, 20 different slabs, I think, of
Yeah.
Optichromes after that.
Then after you get them all slabbed, you got to get them all in tens.
Yeah, yeah. I have a few of those. I have a few of those. This is
Oh yeah. All right.
that's
Nice. Did
that
you
one was,
pull that out?
yeah. That one was pretty cool, and I'll share this because this one gets a lot of hate. I know a lot of hate from folks. Is
That's
the
really sweet. That's sweet
Autumn
though.
Queen,
And
but I pulled 2 Autumn Queen Optichromes in packs the same night from 2 different WalMarts, and both graded 10. I had somebody else in this chat might have gotten that other one, and graded it as 10 as well. So it's kind of cool.
that's probably that Autumn Queen sweep TPSA 10. You don't see that one ever really.
Yeah, yeah. I think
Yeah.
I went and looked it up before this. I think there's 8 of them right now. So it's kind of cool knowing I pulled 2 of them the same night.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of
So
wild.
do you like to rip? Do you like to rip the product, or do you just prefer to buy singles?
So I haven't opened any product in a while. I love ripping product. I don't rip product right now. I buy singles. It it's from a budgeting side of things and what I want to go buy. I've realized single buying is what has been best for me in terms of what I'm looking to collect and what I'm looking to grab. I've went through a lot of ripping stages with sports cards. I've spent a lot in that direction. I don't have as big of a collection that I've kept because I tend to sell a lot of those things that I'm not as interested in. Um, so I've bought more. That's what I've been doing, buying and trading.
All right, so you came from sports cards, like you said, the Marvel cards when you were a kid. When like from sports, do you still do that, or have you completely cut that out? Do you think?
So I still have some sports cards. I do not, I'm not actively pursuing any specific sets. I collect Tony Gwynn. He's a baseball player
Yeah,
out of San Diego. He had passed away a few years ago, so to me, it was I still do collect his stuff, but it's not. I, I'm not as active going after it right now. No.
okay, yeah, I understand because I'm in the same position. I came from sports cards, and I'm nowhere near as active as I was. I'll occasionally, pick something up along the way, but yeah, it's Fortnite cards pretty much take over if you really want to be into it.
Yeah, what I got excited about was it got me really back into the hobby and collecting side of things. So sports cards, I loved it. Hey, through the pandemic, I did really well with it actually, with buying, selling, and doing different things. With even, I would buy enough cards, sell half of them, rip half of them. I'd be just making profit off of everything I was doing, which was really cool, but it took away from some of the collectability side of things and then the hobby side that I really feel connected to with Fortnite.
Yeah, and I like your point about the bringing up the pandemic. I mean, or going waiting in the line to get the sealed product and all that.
Every almost yes,
Yeah.
every week.
hmm I mean, I remember then you rip the product and sell what you pulled if you pull anything good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was fun. It was
Oh
a
yeah.
riot. I mean, I cannot it was it that's once in a lifetime period. I don't hope for a period like that that leads to
Yeah.
those cards happening. I do hope for some other periods like that where there gets some excitement around cards. And
Yeah. That would be incredible. And so, were you mainly baseball? Because now you say you collected Tony Gwynn, but did you also do football, basketball?
so I've went through in the 2000s I was collecting a lot of hockey. But yes, in that time frame was football, basketball mostly.
Yeah.
Mostly basketball. A lot of I mean, you're in the Zion, Ja Morant
hmm
era, and you know, I don't think anybody's seen uh, the reward yet from any of
Yeah.
those.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hasn't
Yeah,
paid for anybody.
yeah. I pulled some pretty amazing cards too at that time, which was fun with Ja and Zion. So I tended I just did a post on Instagram about this, talking about why I'm collecting Optichrome. And you know, I always went for Ja Morant over Zion. It was always like the second tier guy. It was more in my budget zone. It was what I could do, and what I could look at. So, um, but yeah, I had a pretty cool Ja Morant card that I had graded and sold. It was my first grading experience on my own, and it was a Genesis. I don't know if you know the
Mosaic.
basketball stuff. It was a Mosaic Genesis
Wow.
NBA debut, so it was a second tier one, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty positive I have the highest sale on that thing to
That's
date,
fast.
so,
Yeah, I just know because those Genesis are case hits, right?
yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, I think it was 1 or 2 in the I forget what they were called, the hanger boxes, I think
Hanger
they
box.
were.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a while ago. I had a lot of those. It was fun. I ripped a lot online and ripped for people, which was cool.
Okay. So, do you think having the extra, cash, the extra spendable money from those sports cards led you to spend more in Fortnite and want to put more money into Fortnite?
Hmm, that's a good question. I you know, did that lead to that? I think because I was always a collector and always yes, I enjoyed doing that where I was buying, selling. I've always been into that type of thing. I was looking for something that was hobby that I could take my time with a little bit more. So I didn't have to rush in with X amount of dollars that I was going to go invest over here. I'm a little bit more timely, I think, in terms of my spending. I think it with sports cards, it was a lot more. I mean, you talked about it. You're going to the store and you've got to go get as much product as you can at that time because it was very hard to find. I think with the way I'm approaching it right now, it's more of I'm moving at my pace, what I feel comfortable with. I've got a family. I've got kids. And that side. So I've got other expenses that I'm focused on. So to have a hobby here and something that I can come back to a community that's great, and folks like you, Richard, that um, I can share the love on something that I feel like it's almost like it's not an elite group of people. That's not what it is. It's not we're not cut off from other people. We're wide open to others joining, but it's a small niche group of folks that say, "Hey, this is a cool thing that we like collecting. We can't wait to see it grow in the future if it does. But right now we just love the cards and it's been
Yeah.
fun. It's if you look at my I don't think you're on Facebook, but Facebook feed, it's all Fortnite cards. That's what pops up first. If
Yeah.
there's a Fortnite card post, it's the first thing that pops up on my feed.
Yeah. And so I know some of the cards we got pictured in the thumbnail was the Series 2 cracked ice, like the yellow one. I forgot the name of it.
Venture, yeah.
Ventura,
So
yeah.
it's crazy. I was gonna show you that, and then I realized I just sent it out to Grady.
Okay.
But
Hopefully
you
it's
know,
gems.
it also let me bring out. I got the Optichrome, one of the Optichromes in the hollow here.
Okay.
So this is really, I don't. It's the aesthetics of this skin, and I think it's the gold, the way it
Yeah.
is. One of my favorite looking skins that I've seen. Whether it ever becomes a really popular skin with anybody else, it is. It's one of my favorites, and it's just been a fun one. I didn't even realize until I got on here today. I'm like, oh, I didn't even realize I had all base, hollow, opti, and cracked ice. So
So have you purchased that skin in game yet? And do you use it?
no, I need to go
Huh.
find. I don't think I've ever seen it pop up. Maybe
Yeah.
I just missed it.
It comes back in the shop occasionally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out. And I think there's a male skin in Series 3 as well.
Yeah, the male counterpart is in Series 3.
I think for me, it's the Series 2 and Series 1 a little bit more zoomed in. I like that look. And then there are certain skins in Series 3 that do stand out to me. This was one of my favorite cards when I pulled it.
That's sweet. What's that grade on that?
Um, a 9.
What's the centering like on it?
Amazing. I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know. I think Kari is the master of understanding lasers and why they get graded what they get graded.
Yeah, he definitely. Yeah, he's got that on wraps. Yeah.
Yeah. But to me, this card looked unbelievable when I pulled it, and it's still one of my favorites. Actually, my son and I will do some trading back and forth just with different cards he has. I
Yeah.
traded him this once, and I traded some other stuff back to him just to get
Yeah.
that thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a fun ride.
hmm So when you said when you got all those megas, is there a particular card that you pulled from those megas, those Series 2 ones that stuck out to you the most?
Yeah. Yes. And it was Ruin. I pulled the Ruin
Yeah.
crystal or cracked ice, and I sold it, and that's why it stood out to me. I was like, wait a minute, there's actually money in this. So I bought these thinking, hey, this is just a fun rip. I'm gonna go see what is in these. I saw the Brat skin. I thought he was cool looking, and then the Ruin. I just started looking up on eBay, and I'm like, holy cow! These things at that time, Ruin I think was selling for $150, something like
Oh,
that. So I sold it, and those are some of the moments though that stand out to me as to wow, I realized there was actually money in this, and there was potential. It wasn't just, hey, this fun rip that I just had. There's potential in this.
yeah. And
And
with Ruin, oh, you can go.
yeah, go ahead. You're good.
I was gonna say with Ruin, he peaked at like $500, $600, $700 at one point,
Oh yeah, I,
even
I
raw.
sold before that peak.
Yeah.
So I sold before that peak, but it still was maybe it was 200. I don't remember what it was exactly that I had sold for, but
Hmm.
I was like, this is crazy. These are cards that, first off, I just bought kind of on a whim. And next thing you know, I'm selling this ruin for whatever it was, 100, $200. And,
Yeah.
but I did not hit the $500 peak. No,
Yeah.
that was
You'd be
pretty
pretty
cool.
lucky if you hit that one.
Yeah.
The person
Yeah.
that sold for 500, 600, you're doing pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm trying to think if there's any other Series 2 cracked ice that really stood out to me that I pulled. There a lot. I pulled a lot more just rares and epics, so I didn't pull as many legendaries. I think I pulled Tempest and some others, but yeah,
Tempest is a good one. Yeah, I
yeah.
like. He's pretty involved in the storyline, actually.
Is he? Yeah, I don't know that.
Yeah, it's potentially he could be Midas.
Really?
Yeah, like that's not confirmed, but it is like potentially.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm. So got along with Cyclo from Series 3.
Oh yeah, I know
So
Cyclo. Yeah.
yeah, like all three, like those two, like Tempest and Cyclo, could be Midas. Like
Really?
allegedly, like
That's kind of
possible
wild.
theory.
So what's gonna happen? So this OG Fortnite just happened. What do you
Hmm.
think's gonna happen now? I mean, with storyline, and what's the direction?
So, me personally, I have no clue what's going on really. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't think anyone does. It's just a lot of just guesses out there. And do you like keep up with like the leaks for everything, like for the live events and the updates and everything?
I haven't recently. No.
Okay. So it seems like this most recent live event that's coming December like 2nd or 3rd, it's gonna like there's a lot of collab stuff involved in it. It's almost like it's gonna be like a money grab kind of thing.
Okay.
So me personally, I'm actually like recently I became a little bit more worried about that, but I
Yeah.
don't think it'll affect the cards because like we saw the success of the OG map coming back, and all the players that just came back and are using their OG Chapter One skins that they used to play with back, 2017, 18, 19, and those Series 1 cards and even some of Series 2, and there's even a few in Series 3 that are from those OG Battle Passes and OG Item Shop skins that I don't think there's anything Fortnite can do that might ruin the game currently. It's a possibility that might happen, but it won't kill the nostalgia of the cards from back then, is what I
Yeah.
personally believe.
Yeah. Yeah. I look for guys like you, Richard, to help me understand more on the storyline and the background. I don't, even the Fortnite OG, alls I know is I'm getting destroyed more when I'm playing online. Um, when I'm playing build online, there are way better players than I had seen at the level I've been playing at. So it's really interesting seeing a lot of folks coming back to the game that were playing at that time, and that knew the map. I didn't know the map. I didn't know all of this because I wasn't in the game at that time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
So,
interesting.
do you think this map is the best map you've ever played on
Mm.
since not playing it at all?
That's hard for me to say. So I think it's a cool map. I think it's more uh it's less flashy, which is cool, which can be cool.
Mhm.
So when I'm playing, so I used to play Halo a lot. And when I reminisce back to Halo 2, 3 days and Halo 1 days and what those were like, things were less flashy, and there's something about that can be intriguing and
Mhm.
nostalgic, and I understand that. Although there are things in the map that I saw over the last couple few years that I've been playing that I've thoroughly enjoyed. So I I don't know if I can necessarily say it's the best map ever. It seems like it is to a lot of folks, and probably a lot of that's nostalgia, and that's there. I've enjoyed it though. It's been pretty fun. I think it's been a little challenging for me because I don't know the map like a lot of folks. Uh, so it's taken me a little longer to figure it out.
So, what is your favorite chapter? Because you played chapter 2, 3, and 4. Which one did you enjoy the most?
Hmm. So so it's funny, you say like the nostalgic side, or I said that about the OG. Like, yeah, it's nostalgic for me when I go back to that man cake season. Like
Yeah.
that, yeah, because there was like, I mean, for me, that was when I was first playing. So when I got involved then, And which chapter is that? That's chapter
That was chapter
2,
2, season 5
season
was Man
5,
Cave.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm looking up that, in terms of there. So I think of that. I think of Raz. I think of guys, skins. That's why those skins that were appealing to me in
Mhm.
S3, because that's when I first then checked things out. And then I finally saw some cards with skins that came out while I was playing.
Yeah.
I had never seen that. So I go back to, the season 5. I don't know all the season numbers off
Mhm.
the top of my head, but
Yeah. Raz and Toronto were chapter 2, season 6, so the one afterwards.
yeah.
They actually
Or
cut.
season 6. Season 6 it
Yeah.
was, yeah, because it was I started in the Mandalorian season.
Yeah, that was season 5 with Man Cake.
Yeah. Yes. And then Toronto was the next season. Was
Yep.
Mancake in the same season as
No, it was
Toronto, I thought, right?
chapter season 5 was the same battle pass with the Mandalorian and Man Cake, and it was the Menace skin was also in there, the Gladiator skin.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
the next season had Raz and Tirana, and then Cluck the chicken skin in series 3 was also
Oh,
in the
yeah.
US.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I earned Mancake, which I thought was super cool. I thought that
Mhm.
was a really sweet skin. And then that was also the season that Lexa was there, I remember. But I
Yep.
didn't make it that far. Like this is me not I never got through the full battle pass that season, but I got Mancake. So that
Yep.
was cool.
Mhm.
So that one, but so I'd say the Tirana season actually stood out a lot to me.
Okay. And
Um,
which is funny is a lot of people say that's the worst Fortnite season ever.
Probably, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. And me personally, I enjoyed it myself actually.
Yeah,
So I thought it was fun.
yeah. There's been, I'm trying to think. I haven't thought on the other seasons in a while. I think there's been different moments that have been just fun to see, like um, seeing season endings for me. I hadn't experienced that before. Um, so that was kind of cool to see, the kickoff of a new season, and yeah.
Yeah, that's like that like those first few seasons when you start playing those new seasons, when they like the update nights, those are really fun.
Oh yeah,
Those
yeah.
are
The Spider-Man season was kind of cool.
Oh, chapter 3, season 1? Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, that was sweet because I liked the webs when you can use
Mhm.
that, so that was kind of fun. But yeah, I don't know. I've played through all these seasons. I didn't get the OG Fortnite. I think it's actually pretty sweet. It's been pretty fun.
Yeah, and what skin have you been wearing right now?
What skin did I just put on? Oh my gosh, what is the name of it right now? Is it Highwire?
Hotwire? Is
Hot?
like electricity skin?
No, isn't it Highwire? Uh,
Highwire.
Fortnite. I gotta remember now.
Because that's
Yeah,
the name.
Highwire, the one with the bunny ears and the blue
Oh, okay,
or
yeah.
the purple or pink
Yeah,
glasses.
from the chapter 4, season 2 battle pass.
Yeah, that skin is really cool.
Yeah, because there's a skin called Hotwire too, who was in series 2 actually.
Yeah, I don't think I have that one.
Okay. Yeah,
Um,
that's what I thought you were talking about at first.
yeah, I'm trying to
But
think. Chapter 3, there's another skin that I really liked, and I feel like I always forget names when I'm thinking about 'em. The gal with the pink hair. Um,
trying to think. Chapter 3.
Chapter 3, season 3, isn't she? Let me
Um,
I'm gonna look it up real quick. I thought
yeah,
it,
and,
why
um,
can't I think of her name? I've played with her a lot.
okay.
Yeah.
But if you
Yep.
bought it in the item shop or just battle passes?
Bought any skins? Yeah, my first skin I bought was Captain America, and I never played with
Yeah,
it. It's so big.
yeah,
Yeah, I think I bought that skin, and then um, I've bought more emotes and goofy stuff. Sometimes I'll buy things for my son, so he's
yeah.
got his account, and so I'll buy him different skins. I think there's one in there right now that I want to get him, the Axolotl one.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
did your son play Fortnite before you did?
No.
Okay,
Nope. No, actually, I didn't allow him to for a while. He's younger, so when I started playing, he was younger, and then I had just gotten him in. I think about a year, might have been a year ago. So
okay,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So
and he loves it.
yeah, and then I know you talked about Ventura being being really like the aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
Is like, do you think that's the most aesthetically pleasing card? Is there other ones that you think are better? maybe that you don't own or when you're looking to get at some point.
Yeah, so that I don't know. There's a lot of Series One aesthetically pleasing cards.
Hmm.
So I have an Ember Hollow. I think Ember looks really cool.
That I like that. I like that opinion. Ember's really cool.
Yeah, Ember's really cool. That one stands out a lot to me. I'm just looking through some cards over here to see which ones are standing out. There's um,
There is an Ember shard on eBay right now, the PSA 9.
is there?
Yeah.
I there's someone in the group that's got an Ember right now that I want to trade for. So
Yeah.
I'm I definitely am all about that. Um, the Yonder. I mean, this bad boy stood out to me a lot
Yeah.
when I
That
got
is
that.
awesome.
I mean, that thing just shines. But the Yonder from Series 2
With Yonder with a 3. Yeah.
with the 3,
Hmm.
that is, it's those gold looking cards.
Yeah. So you like Yonder from Series 2? Do you like it better from Series 1, Yonder?
I don't know because so when I came into Fortnite cards, I don't even know why these skins stood out to me. DJ Yonder was one of them that stood out as like a memorable skin, and I didn't even know anything about Fortnite. So how did I know that as a memorable skin?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I saw something
Hmm.
out out there. I don't know. I don't know if I see a different like maybe I thought I had a Yonder over here, the 3-1. I'm trying to look at it.
Yonder with a 3. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They
Because
both look sweet. I think they
they
look
do.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that thing looks sweet.
was that a 9?
It's a 9, yeah.
That's a nice card.
Yeah, that thing is cool. So like these guys together, they look
Yeah.
cool.
Those do look nice together.
So that's kind of fun. Aesthetically, there's a lot of skins that stand out. So on the Taking High Ground um show I just was on with the draft with you, Richard,
Yeah.
you ran
Yep.
that reflex. I didn't really know that skin at all,
Hmm.
and it was one of the rewards I got for winning that. And that
Yeah.
skin looks sweet. I
Did you
cannot
have
wait.
it?
I haven't got it in the mail yet. I'm really excited.
Yeah.
It's a skin I hadn't really seen much of before.
Hmm.
So
Well, in game, it's a very rare skin. You actually had to buy a graphics card to get it.
yeah,
You had to go to the
really,
store, buy a graphics card, redeem a code, and you get the skin on your account. So it's a pretty rare skin.
huh?
And there's a big YouTuber called Fresh who's known for wearing that skin. So there's a lot of people that like that skin and wish they could have the skin because of the YouTuber Fresh, and it's also very rare.
Really?
So it's a good card.
I can't wait to get the card. That was that thing looks just really cool. And
Yeah.
when that was said, I, yeah, there's a lot. I mean, so the first one in S2 when I pulled a cracked ice was Astra, and that card is it looks amazing, and
With the
it's
blue.
the blue, just the I mean, it's a really good looking card. Um, that stood out to me. I don't know. There's a lot. I can't wait to at some point get a paradigm. That'll be cool. This one that I just added, like
What's
this
the name of it?
shiver,
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, that's a good looking one.
Yeah, it's not really showing well with my background color here, but
That's,
it's like just I don't know. There's some cool cards.
yeah.
Galaxia looks really cool. I don't own any
Oh yeah,
Galaxia.
for sure. Galaxy is really cool. I just
Yeah,
have
you got one of her?
a base.
I think I have a base. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all I have of her. But um, yeah, I don't know. Black Knight. I added a base Black Knight uh, out of a crazy lot I found on Marketplace.
Okay.
That's
That's a,
I just it's cool to have a Black Knight. That's all
mhm.
I thought of with that one.
That's something I still need to get as a base Black Knight. Because
Yeah.
hollow crystal shards are way out of my reach, and
Oh yeah. I'm not even nowhere near those things, man, at
yeah.
this point. But it's I don't know. That Eternal Night was probably one of my favorite, most aesthetic pulls. Was that laser of
Yeah,
that?
yeah, that's one of my. I do you have that skin? Oh wait, no, you said you started chapter 2, season 5. That would have been like 2 seasons before Eternal Night came out.
Yeah, I don't know when that one came out.
Yeah, that was chapter 2, season 3.
Yeah, that Renegade Lynx this season is
Oh
sweet.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
That skin is it's got to be one of the best skins I've ever seen in a
Mhm.
battle pass.
You gonna max out this season's battle pass?
I need to. I
Yeah,
haven't played enough. I feel I need to go get on there probably tonight.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I have you already done that?
I've maxed out the battle pass. I didn't get all the extra edit styles, but I do have all the skins.
So you maxed out what is it, level 50 this year or
Yeah,
this
level 50.
level
Yeah,
50 and then you
the
haven't done the extra stuff yet?
the bonus rewards. No, I haven't gotten those yet.
Okay, so my son, he's done I think he's at level 50 right now. So
Okay, yeah, I just got that last night actually.
yeah, that's cool. I want to get that is it
Oh,
magmatic? Mag
magmatic. Renegade Lynx.
is that's what it is. That skin
Yeah,
that is that's one of the most baddest bone skins I've seen.
yeah.
That thing looks cool.
hmm
So
So
yeah.
you own the Deadfire Crystal Shard, and you were talking about aesthetics. I'm surprised you didn't mention
Well,
that
I
one.
had that one in my hand over here, and I was about to
Yeah,
show. I was like, I don't want to just show another one of my cards. I got to think of something else. Deadfire is definitely up there. Actually,
mhm,
the aesthetic that is annoying me is the PSA 8 because I thought that thing was going to 10.
yeah. I mean, I got mine. I hope it's a 10.
But
So
an 8 is cool too. Yeah, so you
yeah,
got yours. Yeah.
because I tried to buy yours.
I know. Yeah, I did not offer that one up. I
Yeah,
still yeah, I love that Deadfire. That thing is
yeah.
that is just a cool looking skin.
Oh, for sure. That's one of the best looking ones out there.
Yeah, that one when I got that one, that might have been if I was looking at those initial shards, Deadfire might have been my favorite when I
Yeah,
saw those.
this
Yeah.
I mean, light green with the purple and everything is too
Oh,
cool.
it is such a good yeah, the coloring is amazing on that thing.
So you said you have a PSA submission out right now.
Yeah.
How many cards were in that one, if you remember?
Um you'll see right now. It's a pretty decent size one.
Okay.
It's a big one.
All right.
Uh, yeah. So there's 48 different cards in there right now.
Well, yeah, that's a pretty big one.
So yeah, bunch of
What
yeah.
what would you say if you want to share? What's the best card in there, in your opinion?
I can't share that one yet.
Okay,
I'm not gonna share it yet
I
until
understand.
until it comes back.
You
It's
think it's a 10?
it's good. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
It's honestly grading is a shot in the dark with some of the stuff right now. The way
Yeah,
I've
for
gotten
sure.
some back, um, particularly. So okay, I mean I'll share on some that I got. So because I got some Optichromes in there, I'm
Okay.
excited. I sense a ruby out. I'm really
That's
excited. I think I have 2 rubies in there.
Well, I mean, those never pop up. You could get some money for one of those for sure.
Yeah, so I would love to get. So I am at some point going to keep probably adding more gems to my Optichrome. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm adding more, but
Mm,
maybe I'll commit at some point to saying I'm going to go and add this small collection within the Optichromes of
yeah.
gems that I want. But Ruby and what else do I have in there? Is it Rustler?
Oh, you got a Rustler Optichrome in there?
I think I got 2 in there.
I
Uh,
got a Optichrome.
yeah, that's a cool skin. I've
I
got a
want the
hush in there.
that one. I need to get a Rustler Cracked Ice
Oh yeah,
for one of those.
yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. I think I saw Westrom pulled one a little bit back,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, you sold it, and the person you sold it to has strong hands, so I can't really get it.
oh really?
Yeah, he has like 3 of them,
Oh yeah?
2 or 3 of them. Yeah,
Jeez. Okay, so he's a rustler collector.
yeah, strong hands guy.
Yeah, that's cool. I have that Ventura, which is pretty cool. And then I have not graded a lot of S2 um ice.
Okay,
And I think I have 3 or 4 in there
nice.
this time.
Were those
So
ones pulled?
I don't remember if I pulled them all. So I went through before I made the decision to go with Optichrome. I was just buying cracked ice with the decision that I was going to buy the go for cracked ice, and then I realized my budget was not going to allow for that at the,
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah, I
So
can
I was scooping up cracked ice left and right, and then I pivoted and I went over to Optichrome.
yeah. And that's a great set you chose, by the way. Series 2 Optichromes are so underrated right now. I mean, the Rustler I bought for $10 on eBay.
Yeah, that's what a sweet card to add
Well,
for $10.
and then I have a Prisoner Optichrome PSA 10, right? And I got that for $33 at auction.
Those auctions, those you got one of the PSA 10s that were crazy, and I've seen these, and what will happen, I forget to go and look again.
Hmm.
And the next thing I know it sells. Yeah, like you saw it got that for 33. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like
Hmm.
I've bought raw Optichromes during different peaks for more than that.
I've done that as well.
More
I
than
bought
that.
an Ice Queen Optichrome. This was at the time. This was like a steal because she was down from what her peak was, and I think I paid 30 for it for an Ice
Which
Queen
one was that?
Ice Queen.
Oh my gosh, I wish I got my Ice Queen for 30.
Yeah.
I think it was 70 or 80 I bought
Okay.
mine for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's damaged. I'm not gonna go great. Not damaged. It's just not. It's not a.
Not a 10.
Yeah, it doesn't even have a shot at a 10. I'm not gonna go send that in. Uh,
Yeah.
so, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I really like the way you collect. Actually, you got
Yeah,
your shards, and then you got your Optichromes. That set that you want to complete, and it's just super cool set to go after, and it's a hard one to do as well.
yeah. When I made that decision, it really set me at ease with collecting and what I was going for. That I didn't have to rush. I could take my time. I could add the things I want to add. I haven't made a decision that this is my number like Ventura. Yeah, cool skin. It's not my I don't it's not my skin. You know what I mean? I
Mhm.
haven't made a decision. That's my skin that I'm going after. So I think it's allowing me to appreciate the cards. I actually brought I was going to show you this too because I think this is kind of cool. I was like,
Yeah.
what stood out to me about Optichromes was probably there were some sets in Marvel back in
Okay.
the day that had similar, and I don't know if it's going to show up on here very well. So this is at some point I would love to see Fortnite cards that have battle scenes.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
I'll have to show this because it actually has like some indentation on it.
Okay. So
Like
like
it's
that's cool.
the outline,
Hmm.
and there were a couple different sets that had that, and these are like some of the
Yeah.
iconic cards I had from when I was in the 90s, like as a
Okay.
kid.
Yeah, it shows up pretty well on that one. Just touch.
Yeah, yeah. So there's, I don't know what it was about that, like emphasis on the card from then that stood out for me. That kind of led back into I think this where
Okay.
Optichromes stood out as something I wanted to go after.
Yeah, for sure. And you were talking about, finding like what your card would be. I mean, you have your profile picture on your Instagram. GetHypeCards is yonder right now.
It is
Yeah.
yonder right now. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I
So
feel maybe I need to make some more moves on yonders. I've got hollows,
you got a
but
hollow. You have the base.
yeah. So
You
I
got
mean
the yonder rainbow.
I yeah. So I've got that. I graded a yonder. It came back in 9. That was cool. A
Yeah.
hollow,
It's pretty nice.
but yeah, yeah. It's kind of cool. It's been fun. It's been a fun ride.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have like the Italy's and Brazil shards too as well for yonder?
No, I haven't gotten much into Italy, Brazil yet. Um, just hadn't been something I've really dug a ton into on adding into my collection. Probably should because I think there's some
Yeah.
really good price points right now.
Oh, for sure. I mean, the Series 1 Italy shards are down so much right now. You can get great deals out there.
Yeah, I probably need to go add some more eBay searches that I'm watching for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool.
So, I mean, I think that's we should call it. I mean, was that anything else you want to add?
No, I love it. Hey, thanks for inviting me and letting me share some of my collection. Richard, you're doing a lot for the community with what you're doing here on YouTube, what you're doing on Instagram, what you did with the draft. I know with taking high ground as well. I love seeing you playing such a role. And I know, just from the age side of things, you're younger than me. Like we're different generations, but it's kind of cool that we can come together in something like this with cards, where I come from the card background, you came from the game background, and it's cool that we can come and find a fun common ground that we can go and collect on.
Yeah, and for sure. And speaking on the draft, congratulations, by the way. You
Yeah,
won.
thanks.
I mean, you picked Dante, which was, by far the best one you could have picked.
Yep. Yeah, I did make sure I did some research. I got, you called, I don't remember if it was Richard, you had reached
I
out to
called
me
it.
and
I was like,
called
yeah,
me in last minute, and I did some cram session research within a short period after I got out of work.
yeah, yeah.
So
That was
it
a
worked.
hmm And you got that reflex shard now because of it. Thanks.
Oh my, the reflex shard, and my son is getting the Lux Italy shard. So that's one of his
Oh,
favorite skins.
yeah,
Yeah.
he likes. Okay,
Oh yeah.
that's a
Yeah,
good one.
that's
Sure.
that's one of his favorites. I think he's gotten a few cards, and he's got a legendary base of Lux. So that was pretty cool. He was pretty pumped to know that he's getting that.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And I just want to say you have a great collection. I like the way you collect. And anyone in chat, make sure you follow his Instagram, GetHypeCards, and your other one, Get Hype Daily, right? Your motivational speaking one.
Yeah, feel
Check out.
free. Yeah, follow it. I just like putting great messages out there for people, and I believe we all got a lot of great potential inside of us, and sometimes we don't see it ourselves.
Okay, so just leave off on that great message. It was great having you on, and I'm sure we're gonna talk some more.
All right, Richard, you have a good one. Hey, thanks for
Yep,
that.
yep, you too.
Appreciate the invite. We'll see ya.
See you, man.